Oh, get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you with my co-host, the Little Diva. And it is time for another edition of the Real Conversation with a twist of humor. That upsets me.
And if you would come over here and hook my stuff up, I can make noises too. It's just sitting here waiting on the country boy saying, well, when's the country boy coming to hook us up? I was like, I don't know. I don't know when he
Well,
comes.
I got to say one thing.
What's
Hey, look here. Co-host,
what?
This is for our number one fan that is here every week. Miss Julie. Love you, Miss Julie. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a real one. You are a real one, and I greatly appreciate it. Myself, along with the co-host, we truly appreciate you and everything you do. Love you unconditionally.
Love you, Miss Julie.
Ain't nothing you can do.
So
I was talking.
I know. I'm sorry. That really was my bad. I'm sorry.
I was pouring my heart out.
Anywho's, I wanted to start with reminding you that today is the 5th day of Black History Month. And I didn't represent a word today because I was too tired to figure out what I was going to put on. I couldn't find nothing. Can y'all see my shirt? It said Harriet, Rosa, Michelle, Kamala, and who else?
You put your name down there? Did you put your name at the bottom?
And it says hashtag Black Girl Magic. What you think?
Yeah, that's hey. Right.
Black Girl Magic, and I have right along in good company for Black History Month.
That's
so
right.
I was gonna put my Tupac shirt on, but I'm holding down.
Why didn't you put your Tupac on? That's real Black history right there. What you doing over there? What is you?
Somebody asking me why somebody don't pay me.
Somebody asking you why somebody don't pay you. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that, y'all.
They talking about you. They talking about you. You don't pay me. No, I'm just joking. They not talking about you. They talking about you. But I mean, I love that people keep asking me about that. You need to make something because I gotta keep that on the brain about I gotta charge. All these people that I haven't charged for services, and then when I need them to do something for me, there's crickets.
Well, and that's true. That's true. But you know, my philosophy on it. My philosophy on there are things that you do. You don't have to charge for. There are some things that you don't have to. There are some things we normally do. That's just our gift to do. And then there are other things that look here. This aspect of it right here. This business. And I get the other thing. A lot of times,
all of this is business, and I should have been charging. I'm not gonna
well,
deny
that. That's fine. I mean, and like I told you about work today. Sometimes what happens is it ain't them, it's us, because we put ourselves out there. Because I'm telling you, whoo, Lord, I sure didn't get my money's worth today, but they got extra pay because they worked me hard today. They worked me so hard today, I ain't even take a lunch.
Really?
I ain't even take a lunch. That's how hard. Look, and you know how old country boy feel about it. There go my cousin. What's going on, cousin? That's my cousin right there, all the way from California. Yes, indeed. But that was on me because what I know about this and is work and different things. Is sometimes, and you're so right. Sometimes we put so much out there for other folks, and we're putting ourselves out and we're straining ourselves and doing this and doing that. That's why I say, you know what old country boy saying is, it don't you? You don't know what it is? Do you know what it is? If you don't know nothing else in life, the one thing you have to know is your limitations.
Your what?
Your limitations. You got to know what your limitations are. Like, there's some things I know, but I know what my limitations are. I know when I get on the plane and if it starts to go down, I know all I'm gonna do is put my head between my legs because I know I ain't no pilot. Okay, that right there, I know what my limitations are. Okay, I'm gonna look around for the flotation devices and all that other stuff, but I sure ain't finna hop in the old cockpit and try to fly that thing. I know my limitations. If you don't know nothing else in life, know your limitations. Know how far to go. And what they call that? Bound. What's that bound thing?
Boy, boundaries. Come on now, come on.
You got to
I talk about that word, use that word too much for you not to know by now. Your boundaries. You should know that by now. I'm gonna have to treat you like the children at the school. Now, I've told you this a few times now. And I tell you all the time, there are no people always say there are no dumb questions. There are dumb questions, but it's too many times for you to ask me certain things. So I've said it enough. That means you need to bring a piece of paper when you come in and talk to me. Bring some paper and a notebook. I had this mean, horrible boss when I was very young. Oh, you got your paper. Oh my gosh, she was horrible. Like she used to back in the day when people, well, they still don't really care how people treat their employees, but when they really didn't care, like they could curse you out and stuff. Miss Lynn used to curse you. And I'll never forget one day she would be really, now we would call this a narcissist. She would be so to us. So one morning she brought us some biscuits, some Hungry Jack biscuits. And the kind of spread apart, not them old new things that's like rocks. And she brought some, we was in there eating our little jelly, stopping up with the biscuit and stuff. And she came in there, for some reason she had missed an appointment or something. So she comes in there with her little calendar into the room we were sitting in eating and says, I missed this goddamn appointment, blah, 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 blah. So of course we like, okay. And we were, I was the clerk typist, and then my friend was the office manager. But anyway, so we get back to work. She walks out of her office, back into our office, and says, I just want to know what the hell y'all gonna do. What is the GD plan to make me not miss any more appointments? That was just she was just asking it. And so we answered. And she stood there waiting on an answer.
So she was holding y'all responsible for her appointment?
We was a secretary. So I felt like I'm the clerk typist. You the office manager, so you need to answer. So I'm looking her for the answer. And so the way my desk was, I had a desk like this, and then Teresa had a big desk. So I was sitting on her desk doing this. I was scared of Miss Glenn, though. I ain't gonna lie. There are things that I took from that lady still to this day. And my daughter is 30 something. I got pregnant with my daughter when I was working there at LBJ Hospital. And what I took away was anytime I go, somebody want to talk to me, I'll be taking paper and pen. Because I went there one time for her to tell me, and she just said, hey, come here, Trina. No, she called me Miss Williams. I was Miss Williamson then. Come here, Miss Williamson. I'll go in there and see what you want. Don't you ever come in my office without a freaking pen and paper and whatever.
Wow.
One day I was opening my files, she had me looking for this file. I was in them files, looking for the file. I didn't see that file nowhere. You know when somebody's standing over your head, you really ain't gonna find it. She said, like, all I felt was the folder should have been wet. I was crying so hard. I was crying. Like, where the hell is this damn? And I didn't really curse that much back then, but I was like, where is this folder? And so the other lady who was, Miss Glenn was like the director, and then there was an assistant director who loved me. She came out there right in front of Miss Glenn and said, come here, Miss Williamson. She took me in the office, she slammed her door, and she said, don't you ever in your life let somebody see you cry and crumble like you're doing. I want you to calm down, get yourself to go back out there and find that file. And don't let her do this to you. I'll never forget that. And anyway, I did eventually, I found the file. I did find
Wow.
out. But she was people were scared of her. It wasn't like I posted yesterday about being the difference in nice and being people thinking you're nice versus thinking you're respecting you rather.
Right.
Everybody, you would have thought people respected her, but they didn't. They were scared of her. They were. She ruled with fear, and I think she thought it was respect.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Lots of accomplishments. She was a smart, bright lady, but she treated you like you were nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough. You know, of all the places I've worked, I can't say that I've ever had that experience with somebody who was just that that mean or that hateful. Yeah, that's one that I have not experienced. Um, yeah, yeah, and I don't know. So I couldn't tell you how I would fare with that, and I probably just have to walk off for a minute. Just I have to
You
walk.
will walk off from her.
Oh, I walk off now. She might follow me, but I'm a walk.
No, I don't know. That lady was so crazy. I believe she would have grabbed you by the arm and pulled you back. Because back then, they didn't have these rules about you can't touch people. Ooh, that lady was something. Ooh, she was so. Oh gosh, just bringing back memories. And just one more thing, I wouldn't know what I was late. I was late back then too, child. But
Oh Lord.
I was on the clock back then though. So she came in one day. I was late. So she called me in the office to ask me why I was late. And to be truly honest with you, I had just had a baby. I didn't just have her. I think Gemma was like 1. And so I'd be trying to brush her teeth and she'd be running. Things would be happening. I have to chase after her to put clothes on and she'd be thinking we playing. You know, you got a little one. Everything was a game. And so I got to work and I really had a hard morning with her. And I got in there and she asked me, why are you late? And I told you she's the type, she ain't answering this question just to be asking. She asking for an answer. So I told her, I was like, I'm a new mom and, my baby wouldn't let me brush her teeth and She said, do you know when I was growing up, I had 5 children. Like how people do that. I had 5 children, had put all them on the bus. And in my mind, I'm thinking, look here, lady, I've had a hard morning. I really don't want to hear about that. My story is different than your story.
Oh my goodness. Different.
But
wow.
Yes.
Wow. Man.
That's I had all the luck of having bosses who were just, I don't want to say mean, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, mean, crazy, narcissistic, all of them.
But that's probably, it's not a bad thing because look at the lessons that you learn how to and what not to do and how to be as a leader. There was those opportunities, unfortunate as they may have been, but you can always glean something positive from it.
I definitely took, and I admit that to several of the bosses that I've had, I have taken from them. The problem is sometimes though, even when you have that kind of leadership style, when you created your leadership style, I'm more of a transformational leader, right. And I like to see people do better, grow, and that old saying about them taking your spot, take my spot, let me move up.
Oh, you know what?
My boss now, huh?
Go ahead, because I just had a thought.
My boss now, she doesn't have that leadership style. She doesn't believe. She believes you just do it. You don't ask no questions. That you just do it. And she's very black and white, so she don't see any gray areas. Right. She listens to respond versus really listening, and I don't think she has empathy. I don't think that's just her. It's not her. It's not her ministry. Gotcha. Wow. Well, and I must apologize because I lied to you. While we sitting here and you telling me about these bosses, I had one. And when you just said, I had a flashback, and when I said that I just walk away, and I did, and he followed me, and I punched him. No, you're joking, right? Oh, country boy, not you. I did. That was back in the early 90s. I was working. That's when he was backsliding. I was straight front. It wasn't no back. It was straight front.
And look, because I was the guy, it was one of my first jobs, not well, real jobs, real jobs. And he was the assistant manager and he tried to be like a little general. Okay. So when the manager was gone, he was like a little just woo, 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 woo. And let me tell you, his name, I hope he's listening right now. His name was Reese Harvey, and you may remember that fella. I had put him so far back in the back. His name was Reese Harvey, little old fella, little old skinny fella. And he was just, ooh. And I don't even know what happened. I think I was like a night manager, and he was the assistant manager. And he was just wow, wow, wow. And I had like walked away from him, and then he came. I tried to put him over that counter. I really did. I never had any problems with him after that now. But
so how many police escorted you off the premises?
not a single one, and I became the assistant manager.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you see what Miss Julie said? Miss Julie got me laughing, cracking up.
What? Thank you, Miss Julie. Look, man, yeah, that fella sure did. His name Reese Harvey. That boy there, woo! But you know, after that, I think back then it was a matter of just respect, and it was like two old dogs, and he was like, "This is my yard, and I'm a blah blah blah." Man, I don't care about the yard. I'm just telling you, this is my spot. You can have the whole, you can have the yard, but what you're not finna do is come in my spot, and you're not finna. And he was and there was a bunch of folks there at the time too. I ain't
customers
care.
Too.
Customers, employees. I ain't care. I didn't know. Nope.
I always wonder. I tell you all the time too. Like, who checks the freaking checker? Who checks the checker? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking that. So I had my mid-year thing today. I tell you, my boss, she don't hear nothing you say. She just hasn't. I be laughing because both of them say things like, when you get to this level of leadership. I'm thinking the level of leadership to where we sitting in one room all day on a Friday so y'all can watch us. That kind of shit. I don't want it. But anyway, I want it, Lord. I'm just want to make sure he know I ain't saying I love my job and I think it's a great job. But the bosses I have are just one of them is really nice. I think they're both really nice. Okay, let me get back to what I was saying. I think this leadership where they are is new leadership for them. And so they think that they forgot that all of us were leaders already. You know what I mean? And so they have the tendency to say certain things that they really shouldn't say. And then they remind us about how much money we make. But one of my coworkers actually had a conversation with one of them and said, y'all don't have to keep telling us how much money we make. We know how much money we make. Like, you don't have to keep telling us that. But I wonder, have they seen our resumes? Like, have you even seen the resume to know all of us have been leaders? So,
well, I mean, I don't think that, I don't think that people really care about what you've done before.
They don't.
And that it sounds all good and dandy, but the majority of people, and I've seen it on jobs and places, when you have certain management, they want people that fit into who they are, their style. And that's difficult when you have, a certain way, but a lot of people, that's not what they want. They want somebody who's going to, and that's around basically like fit their circle, fit who they like.
Which is why she will probably be elevated. Well, she's going to be elevated to us. What I've learned is that person, they are going to promote them. They're going to only promote them so much, though, because they're going to not trust them. If you are the boss or the director that's always telling them everything that's going on, you're the whistleblower, if you will, they don't want you seeing everything they do because they ain't doing right. You know what I mean? They ain't doing everything right. So they're going to elevate you to a certain level, and then you'll be that glass ceiling is going to be there. My thing is, though, if you hire let me back up. Who's going to check the checker? So that's my thing. Who checks the checker to see if they're really doing right? Once you become a director or a manager, they just send you out to the abyss and you just do whatever reckless things you want to do. But who gonna check you? Who gonna do your evaluation? So my boss did my mid-year review today, and it was actually pretty good, except for one thing that she keep telling me that to talk to people. Anyway, so she comes and sees me do stuff. Her bosses don't come around. So who's checking you? And I've always had that issue. Like I've had those horrible bosses I had. Well, who gonna check y'all? Like who checks them? You know what I
You
mean?
do.
Who I'm gonna tell on them?
You gonna tell them.
Tell who?
You tell them.
Now that she's known to be somebody that once they don't like you, they're going to do everything they can to get you out. And I'm at the point I'm trying to make it to retire. I'm just trying to slide
Not me. Look
I've
here.
had that happen. I even emailed. Go ahead.
Look,
I ain't gonna knock them
that's
down
where
like
we
you
differ.
did.
We differ at that because I'm gonna go straight to them and look. And I told you, I have. At the present, I'm gonna go straight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go straight to the horse. I'm gonna be like, look, how you handle that or how you handling me. But because just as much as they often say, just as much as the person over you says, hey, this is a what they call them training moments. This is a teaching moment for the same thing. Right. I'm going to you and tell you this how you handle this situation, how you tried to handle me in front of them right here. And I look at them and say, right now, this is a teaching moment. This teaching moment. I'm just telling you, this is gonna be a teaching moment. And for me, I'm stuck. I'm on this, and it could be stubborn. It could be just old. Is that I'm just going to tell you how it is. One, because when I go somewhere or wherever I'm employed, my interest is not that person. It's in the best interest of the company. So if you're doing it to me, then you could be doing it to somebody else. And you could be doing it to somebody else. So now what you're doing is you're causing detriment to the whole company. So why shouldn't I check the checker? I'm gonna check you. If what you're doing wrong, I'm gonna check you. And you could be like, you can all you want to. You can me out the door, but I'm gonna tell you what's right. I'm not just gonna come up here and just be ugly about it, but I'm telling you to better yourself. And I think that if we all took that opportunity, if we see somebody that's doing something, I don't care if they are your boss. Yeah, I don't care who they may be. But if you see that these things could be detrimental for them, for the company as a whole, then you have the right to say it in a respectable way. I mean, you ain't got to put them over the counter or nothing. I mean, but
Ooh, I wish I could. Ooh.
But I mean, to be able to
I actually did Country Boy about maybe 2 months ago, right before Christmas. I just asked, because something they were like piling on this work of all these things that we have to do that was not on the original direct job description. I mean, big stuff like doing payroll now. Like what? Purchasing. We have to do it all. Like our one little thing, and then maybe one thing's done. It's a Monday. They want it done by Friday, which it is, from my understanding from the conversation we had today. It is. This is what's set down by the superintendent. This is his. I don't want to know if it's philosophy, but whatever this plan is,
right,
it's more micromanaging. And so anyway, I did talk to her about right before Christmas and just kind of asked her, in leadership, do you when they bring things to you and you guys feel that it's a lot and it's extra and it's way more than what we should be doing, do you ever like push back a little and just tell them maybe this didn't it, or maybe that doesn't sound right, or maybe that doesn't make sense, or like in a way? She said, oh no, I don't. She says, I have the belief, and everybody has the right to have their belief. I have the belief that when your boss tells you to do something, I just do it. I don't ask no questions. I just do it whether it makes sense or not. And I didn't ask for this, but what I want to say was, even with your morals and ethics, because at Lone Star College, I would have never gotten up to be dean and those higher up like that. I made it to manager, but they would have never promoted me up because, one, I speak out. I normally speak out. Two, traditionally, they get people in certain positions, and when they become management or something, they tell people who they want to get out of. get rid of. You can't tell me that. I mean, you can tell me, but I'm not going to just fire somebody, pick at somebody because somebody around here don't like them, they too old, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to do that. And they knew that. So I think when I listen to her talk, if we could if me and her could be cool and go outside, I would really sit down and say, think about this though. You say you do everything your bosses say. You ask no questions. So what if it's something that is not right? What if it's something that is just absolutely something that you should not do or you don't believe in? You wasn't raised. You're gonna just do it because that's what your boss says. You're never gonna, you see, you got 12 children in this classroom that we used to have 2 people in. So now they say, oh, we only need to have one because the budget not right. So we only need to have one kid, one person to this 12 kid, right? And of course, they said, well, that's not really big. It's not. However, it depends on what school you at and what the behavior of the kids are at at that specific school. You know what I mean? All schools are different. Nothing. What they used to call it, cookie cutter. Nothing is
Right.
cookie cutter. This school could have really bad behavior. This one doesn't. So this Pollyanna could be over here with her 10 children, her 12 kids in her class, and everything's fine. But over here in the hood, they may not have the best behavior because we don't know what's going on in their lives. They may not have this, they may not have that. And so
Right.
we have to do things differently. If you're teaching third graders that's still pottying on themselves, third graders that may throw up, have an accident, anything, and I got to take these kids to the office or to the nurse, what I'm doing to them other 11 kids?
Right.
Leave them now or take
But
them all with
but I think that's when you take, in my opinion, just me,
me? Yeah.
you take that opportunity to share that. And you said if we were cool, you don't have to be cool. You don't have to
Well, I mean,
be.
I share it at work, but I'm saying sometimes if you take people outside the job, sometimes they're a different person. Someone
I
taught me
really
that a
want
long
you to be a
time
different person.
ago.
I want to see the person that's at work. I want you to
Yeah,
know.
I tell her at work, and that's her statement. Well, I do what these people tell me to do. I don't have to. I just got to come to
Well, I
my
mean,
job. I just want to get my check.
right, and I get that. I'm just saying, but exactly how you explained it, not from,
Yeah.
hey, it's like, look, this, and this. I understand what your standpoint is. I understand whatever that's you and how you feel. But let me tell you what the real is here on the ground. Let me tell you what's happening at ground zero. Okay. I'm gonna just break it down to you. Now, when I get finished telling you what's at ground zero, if I need to get my bag and start heading out the door, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you what's going on at ground zero. That's just me. I'm finna
No,
just
no, I'm literally, you know me better than that. You know that I have told her, like I've told her in a nice way and also in a stern way. But what happened last week was when I wasn't feeling good, she went to one of my schools and the consultants had it up to here, and I was at a meeting somewhere for lunch. I went to the chamber meeting, and here she calls and tell me, well, I'm gonna just say this: they got their point across,
right.
and they weren't. And I had to explain her, and I had a headache. I was suffering with the headache thing, so I did have to say, okay, I have. And I was talking very quietly because my head was banging. I said, I have a headache, but that particular, she brought up one of them. They kept saying, this don't have nothing to do with Miss Trina. This ain't about Miss Trina. I told her, I said, girl, thank you for taking up Miss Trina. But she said, well, I understand, but she's, I'm trying to tell her about the 12 people, and she's trying to tell me that doesn't work here. Da, da, da. I said, well, I'm going to be honest with you. They're telling you how they feel. I said, everything that I told you, I'm telling you from what I know. And also, I listen to the people that work for me. So I'm telling you what was going on. So they're just frustrated at this point now, and they're trying to help you to understand, but you're not, because she listens to respond. She doesn't
Right.
really listen to you. And even today with my mid-year thing, she said stuff. All my principals like me except one, and I don't think she just dislikes me. She just want to run stuff. But she said, I think sometimes you mean well, but you may. The only person I've ever said anything to that might be, and it wasn't even out the way. It was a team guy. The guy I told you about that he had this information. He just kept saying over and over, I got some information, like a kid. I got some information, but I'm not gonna share with everybody. Oh, I got some information. He said about 50 damn times. And I was sick of him saying that. So finally I said, Armando, I'm just calling these names out loud. Well, it's my show. I can say what I want to say. Armando, if you have this information that everyone could use that will benefit everybody else, Why don't you just send it to everybody? And who doesn't want to use it won't use it because that's silly. All I said. All I said. Lord, somebody went back and told a woman. I just started in this position. Went back and told a woman that I had hurt his feelings so bad and I was very rude to him. So she calls and says on the phone, she called us into a meeting together. And I'd already told her the night before she called me at home about it. And I told her, well, I did say that. And I meant it. I wasn't trying to be rude to him, but I meant it because it was silly. If we're trying to build, we're new and we're all trying to build a team. Why would you stand up there and say, I'm not going to share this with everybody? Then keep it to yourself.
Right.
So then I got called in with him at the same time. And she said, well, you explain, Armando, what's going on. So his first words were, I I had this information and I was trying to decide who to send it to. Something stupid he made up. But then he said, and I guess Miss Lowry got angry. Boy, that is a hot button for us. Don't. I wasn't able. I let him talk and let him talk. I said, Armando, well, I said what I did say. I did say that. And I said, but I was not angry. Not angry at all. Was I annoyed with you? Absolutely. Wasn't angry. I said, and I meant that. I said, I thought it was very silly, unprofessional, and childish for you to be doing what you were doing. If you had this information and could benefit people, why not just send it to the whole team? Because we're building a team here.
Right.
Of course, I got in trouble. I was the one saying, well, we got to be careful how we talk to people, blah, 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 blah. Okay, boy. I mean, okay, y'all. I got a year. Not a year. Got 1 year. Y'all can anyway, so I don't know. This workforce is just different now. It's just so different. So different. And
Yeah.
I'm ready to let them have it.
Not
Not
me.
I'm talking about when it's time for retirement.
I'm staying on the front line.
No, I'm not gonna not work. I'm still gonna work. I just will be able to find because the things that I enjoy doing, they don't pay as well. So I'll be able to have that money and then go to somewhere and work that I enjoy working and make, less money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I mean, I get that. I get that. I mean, and I love the opportunity and any opportunity, and I love people and I love service, and that's just how I grew up.
Mhm.
That's just the cloth I'm cut from. So for me, I'll be in this thing and teaching and training and teaching and until that's it for me. They'll be rolling me out in no wheelchair, talking about, okay, Pop, you
Nope,
got
not gonna do it.
it.
Because it's too much life to live. And then you are like you get up and go on planes and you do trips and stuff, which I want to get to that point too. I mean, it's too much world to see. You got a kid, so you want to do things with your kid. I don't want to walk out of my job and then that's it with life. Life is just over. I gave it all to a job. To people who don't
Oh
even care
no,
about me.
no, no, no.
I can be working in the community, not having to go to work and punch a clock. I can come, which I don't punch a clock technically, but the way they be acting, they act like we punch a clock. But anyway, I could be in the community sharing my beliefs and helping do things. I can do all of that and not have to be going in and letting Tom, Dick, and Harry talk to me like I'm five. And it could be pride, but you don't have to talk to me like I'm five. I do think that people owe people a certain respect. I do for the amount of time they've been there. And it's a boss. Remember I told you about Sheldon, the boss where this lovely bachelor of science degree. No, not that one. The master's degree up there. I had to do a project, and I did my project on him and his leadership style. But Sheldon, he was amazing. And then I'll say something too. Men bosses. I love to have a male boss because they're just kind of laid back. Like they just don't want to. And that was his thing. I don't want no drama. We don't have no drama in here. We ain't doing no drama. I don't do drama all the time, and that's how he ran his ship. But I was gonna say something and lost my train of thought. But he was someone who there are rules, right, that you have to follow within these rules. But there are rules that can be flexible. You can do a little flexing, right? So we were recruiters. So sometimes on the weekends we were out doing stuff. Like sometimes I worked the whole weekend, and excuse me. And he would give us comp time, but you still be tired. So he came in one day to a meeting and said, starting today, this week, y'all don't have to be here until 10. Long as y'all here by 10 every day, y'all good. You come in by 10 and you work 40 hours in a week. Honor system is what I'm giving y'all. And do you know we all was always there when we supposed to be there? Because you trusted us. And that's what these new supervisors don't understand. They don't understand that if you give flexibility, if you give autonomy, if you give those things, people will give you so much more back. If he used to get in the trenches with us, if we was out there recruiting on a Saturday morning, he'd be right on out there. I'm not saying everybody got to do that, but it gave us, we respected him because he respected our jobs and he knew what our job was like. And he was there. We had 3, 4, 5 schools. He would make it to every school. You know what I mean? So we respected him because he showed that he respected us. My job now, child, they don't do nothing. They ain't trying to help. These new people, they ain't trying to help.
Well, I mean, and a lot of it is the training. I mean, and all of it comes down to how, and that's why when I say the thing is that even the leadership sometimes have to be taught of things that they can, because I don't believe any new person that comes in really doesn't know how to handle the people that are there or the people that have been there. You know, there are certain things.
And that's what I'm sorry, real quick, but that's what I mean when I'm talking about checking the checker. These people put people in these positions of management who are not trained. So who's watching them manage us is what I'm talking about. When I say check the checker, that's what I'm talking about. Who is going to send her to develop the professional development? Who's going, her or him, to the professional development? Who's going to coach this person? Because they're not there to see the stupidity that they're doing. Let me not say that.
That's what I said about the people that have been. If you have people that have been in leadership, and that's when you take the opportunity as the person that has been and can give past wisdom, and you pass that on, and you don't have to pass. You pass it on in a positive way, and you share these little nuggets, because that's where all management didn't learn from the upper. A lot of it came from the lower, and the people that said underneath them, hey, this thing, or pull me to the side and let me teach you this little thing right here, or let me show you this little thing right here.
Willing to listen.
Oh, they'll be willing. You just choke them, just grab them. Be like, look at him.
When my daughter left from here, she got her degree, and then she came home for a few months, and she got called to go to Target to be an executive team lead. And one of the things I told her, and I found out later in our conversation later, that her dad had told her the same thing. And we and him didn't even talking to her about this. We went and told her that, you are a new college graduate. You're very young. You're about to go into a space to where you're going to be managing people who are much older than you. You need to treat those people right, because the only reason they're not in your position, they have the experience, but they may not have that little piece of paper. So respect those people, but also listen to them. Let them help you know how to get through your trenches and stuff. Don't disrespect those people. Don't treat those people beneath you, because you're just a leader, but they know more than you. So I do believe in that. But and like she did, she had a lot of challenges trying to get people to respect her because of her youth, but she did it the correct way. You go in somewhere, you just start making all these changes. You go in there and you observe things and you watch things, and you talk and you take on other people's opinions. You don't go in acting like you know everything. So I'm saying that to say this particular person, I feel everything you're saying, and I totally agree. But what about those people that think, oh, because they gave me this position, or let me not say that, because I earned this position, I must know everything. And my bosses are not watching me. So they trusted me to be your boss and do da. And if you say, well, what about this? And what about that? And they're not hearing it. Well, no, they told me to do. And then you say, well, think about this. Like with the classroom, there's 12 kids and they're outside in TV buildings. So they can't say, Johnny, just run down the hall to the nurse's office. You know what I mean? And get changed. They're outside. The door is locked for them to get inside the building. To me, you can see what I'm saying. So what is this teacher going to do? Leave 12 students, 11 students in class while you go take little Johnny? Can't do that. So I'm gonna have to pack all my kids, disturb them from whatever curriculum or lesson they're learning to take everybody to the restroom with little Johnny. Well, tell little Johnny to go to the restroom before he go to class. A third grader?
Well, I mean,
They
and
do go
and
to the
you have
restroom before
to.
class.
I mean, but there's so many variables to it. I mean, one is you don't know. None of us know what comes down on the person that's over us. We don't know what's poured down, what has been set for them. Hey, this, that, and the other. You don't know what kind of pressure they're under. I mean, that's what all for me, all of it's about. You just give grace. And that's the grace being where if you've been in a position of leadership, then you know how tough it can be. You know some of the things that come down, like, man, I don't really want to do this, but this is what is on, this is what I have been set to do. These are the things that they told me to do. Ain't no wiggle room in it. This is what I have to do. Even though somebody under you may be saying, "Well, you know what? I'm just fighting against this." At the same time, you have to be willing. The teacher has to be willing and open to be taught. The student has to be willing and open to learn. It's a give and take both ways. And when you do that, that's how everything, in my opinion, that's just my opinion after all these years, is that that's how it truly grows. Even though, because some people go and they don't have feelings. And I don't think business should be about feelings. You go in there and like, bam, here's the thing. This is what's set before me. Here is the outcome, and this is how we get there. This is how I want you to do it because they've told me this is the outcome that we have to reach. Now, yeah, can you appeal to the human side? But that's where grace is. And that's where you take those things and this life that we've gone through, and you go like, okay, this is how you can get this done. You can use some of those old things. You catch more bees with you catch more whatever that thing is, bees with honey than with salt or whatever. You use those things and you take
Well, I,
those.
I hear people say feelings are not facts. I get that. I don't like to use that term. I think depending on what time, what space your staff member is in, I think it's rude to say that. Feelings may not be facts, but feelings do mean things to people. And I think personally, yes, I get that I have to do stuff, but there are some things that can still be finessed. I'm not gonna finesse it enough to where I'm gonna lose my job. No, but there are certain things, just like with Sheldon, he had that little thing to help us out because he saw we were bogged down. And if you care about your staff, you will give your manager a little pushback to try to see what you can do. So you can say, I fought for my staff or I supported my staff. You, as a leader, I say, in my opinion, a good leader stands up for their staff. I'm not saying they go down there and throw down, but long as I give the pushback and say, hey, this is what they're saying, this is what I think, I've observed this, I've observed that. I just don't think that's the right way to go. That way, I know I've done my part. When she
Right.
say no for the last time or whatever, she gets sick of me saying and tell me I don't want to hear it no more, I'll move on. But I want to be able to know that I went in and genuinely fought for my staff over something that doesn't make sense. Is all I'm saying. Low. If
No,
my
and
staff is being overworked, I'm gonna go in and say, well, our productivity is not gonna be good. If they are too tired, they're getting sick, they can't come to work. What is that doing for us to be able to do this? So I'm gonna do that. And then I am the type of supervisor, the type of leader. I do sit down and hear out people. Today, one of my people found out she was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. So she was feeling real. I saw it in her. And what I do as a leader is I pull her to the side. Let's talk. What's going on? I'll never see you down. And she opened up to me. And that makes me be able to adjust other things. She ended up leaving today, but it made me be able to adjust because now I know what's going on with you. I was also able to share my story. So if you say feelings aren't facts, I hate hearing that because they're not, but it's just such a horrible statement to me. Because feelings are real and they are something. So let's listen. Because the more I didn't listen to her, I've heard her, I've allowed her to get that out of her. I've shared my story of suffering with anxiety and depression. And I think it made her not feel as embarrassed. And she was very embarrassed about it. And I was like, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Anyway, so we had this dialogue. And says, I just don't think I'm gonna make it through today because I'm just distraught. I get it. Go ahead and go home. I have someone that can cover your class. But when she come back tomorrow, we're gonna be okay because she knows she got to come back tomorrow and hit it. Now you can go home cry, do whatever you gotta do so you can come back tomorrow to be better. But she also knows she has a supervisor she can trust. If I need something done.
Hello? I don't know.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Well, I guess they didn't want to talk. I guess they were seeing if it really worked.
For a second.
Hello.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, that's right. I can't hear nothing.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Say hello, country boy.
Hello? Nope, I don't think they're there.
Nigger.
We had one caller. Hey, we had a caller. Well, all right then. We had our first caller. Okay.
Did you hear what he said?
What did he say?
He said the N-word several times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nope, I didn't hear. I couldn't hear nothing.
Why you can't? Oh, because you need your earphones on to hear the call?
Yeah, I gotta have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He said ugly things. Let me find who he is.
Yeah.
He probably was like, the YouTubers are the ones I get the real ugly, that you really get the ugly calls from.
Oh, well.
I've been on before and had a YouTuber come on and say something before.
Well,
but anyway,
what? Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame.
I thought that's what he said, Miss Julie.
Everybody wants their 15. Hey, well, at least we know one thing, Miss Julie, they're watching. Thank you for watching, Mr. Caller. That's hey, and you know what? See, I would be offended, but see, I go like, okay, well, you called in. You took the time to call in. So that makes you pretty stupid your own self.
I'm glad you're laughing. I'm glad you're laughing.
Hey, Miss Julie, we got one more view.
If Miss Julie wasn't here and I didn't want to be disrespectful, I would do a little through. I'd say a couple of things, really nice things.
See, here's the thing: is that's about that boss thing. Do you take this opportunity as a training moment, and you say, you know what? Huh?
What's the training moment? His mama should have taught him about that.
But she did.
Sir, your mom should have taught you about this.
But it wasn't so. So at this moment, I will still say to the fella that called in, guess what? Old Country Boy still loves you. And I appreciate the fact that you took the time out to call in. No matter what it was that you had to say, I say thank you.
Put your earphones on.
Hold on. Y'all, hold on here.
You're gonna miss him anyway.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, I won't say that.
Or number one, suck black nigger cock fucking niggers, fuck black niggers in the head, dead bodies. Nigger. This stream has been had by Willie's Pub, 2017 South Street. Fuck black niggers.
Well, thank you, Willie. I am so glad that
niggers deserve to die. 2017 South Street. 2017 South Street, Sarasota, Florida. I'm a nigger. That's my address.
Well, that's great, Willie. Hey, Willie, I'm not gonna come to Florida now.
I hate niggers.
Willie,
fuck niggers.
Willie, can you say something?
I hate niggers.
And we love you, Willie. Do you really know what
the niggers?
Do you know what that niggers. Do you know what that means, though, Willie? Willie, have a conversation.
You're a fat old man, bitch. You spin the fucking ground. Go croak tomorrow, fucking nigger. You ain't no fucking goddamn piece of shit. You a fucking old ass fucking nigger. Watch you croak by tomorrow, you fucking nigger. You fucking black ass fucking woman. You fucking black ass nigger.
Hey,
Fuck
Willie,
every person watching this stream. We're all fucking niggers.
Really
I'm a nigger. You're a nigger. The dog's a nigger. Fuck niggers. My name is William Worthington, and I'm a nigger.
Hey, Willie, I thank you so very much for calling in. And I appreciate you watching the show. And I'll tell you something else, Willie. You know what? No matter where you are in Florida, guess what? You have a purpose. Maybe your purpose was coming in to reach somebody. Maybe your purpose was coming in. See, I'm not going to say, well, I can't say this, Willie. I'm going to say this. See, sometimes ignorance, you know what ignorance is? See, sometimes people don't know how ignorant you are until you open your mouth. They could consider you as being the smartest person in the world, right up until the point you say something. And then you remove all doubt. I don't think that that's really who you are, but I think it's what you're trying to portray yourself as. And that's okay. Because I know that you have a purpose just like everybody has a purpose. And I do from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for calling. I thank you for the opportunity, giving me the opportunity to still talk to you. And you know what, Willie? You got the number. And at any time, guess what you can do? You can call all the way back from Florida. You do that for me? I shall appreciate you. I love you now, you're here.
Now can we hang up?
I just did.
Oh. Well, see, I'm going. Go ahead. Go on, say what you're finna say.
Hey, you know, it is like this. See, what has happened to this and Old Country Boy gonna get on his soapbox. See, sometimes we become so offended. We get so offended by what people say and how they react, because all they're doing is looking for a reaction from us. See, it's not what people do to us. We will never, ever, ever, ever. It's not what people do to us, because we're never responsible for what people do or for what people say. What we're responsible for is how we react to it. Everything at every moment is an opportunity to teach somebody. Again, it's all about, we were just talking about that, taking teaching moments, no matter where a person's at. See, because if a fella took time, listen to this now. If you ain't got nothing else to do, that fella probably lonely as all get out. Ain't got nothing else to do but sit up and call and try to say something negative to get a reaction. Maybe he ain't got nobody around. Maybe there's nobody that's there.
Talk to him later.
Hold on. Do I now? What'd you say?
I said you can talk to him later.
Yeah.
It is 9:04.
It is. It is.
So what we gonna do? We gonna make sure that we pray for Willie.
Wait. There you go. There you
We're
go.
gonna pray for Willie.
There you go. See, boy, I'm gonna have that Willie gonna call every night.
And you know what? You don't have to tell nobody, but you gonna cuss him out. You ain't got to tell me that you did. You can keep it to yourself. You and God. You gonna cuss him out because he gonna bother you.
Now, if he keep on bothering me now he ain't gonna But as for right now, look, and it is, we're getting ready to close out. But you know what? With all my heart, there are things that I have faced and things that I've had to deal with, but that is how I handle it for real. It's no shaking and no faking. Willie, would you? We finna go off the air.
Go crawl up in your corner somewhere, sir. We are done with you for the evening.
What now?
I'm talking to Willie.
Oh.
Willie, we're done with you. We're trying to move forward. Talk to Country Boy later on after I get off the phone, because I really don't want to hear it no more. But
no, it is always an opportunity. If we take these chances and we take these times, instead of always looking down, instead of always beating people down. Some people come from a different place. Some people come from a different place and they've been through different things. We never know. We never know the reason. You know what you always said? You know what you said?
Yeah.
About what if you were the last one? And that means the ugly people, the nasty people, that means all people. What if you were the last one? What if you could have said something to turn them around? You don't know who goes to the edge. I'm just saying, but we just can't say that for the people we like. We just can't say that for the people who are nice to us. It's for real, for real. It is something that we have to, because if we're gonna be it, we just have to be it. So, and that's
Can I
just.
say this? Can I say this? God is not with me yet. Willie, I am not where you are. God is not through with me yet. That's my answer today. God is not through with me yet. And
hey, Miss Julie, don't worry about that. Don't worry. Look here.
You're gonna have a really good night. Can you turn that phone off, or you have to? Is it gonna just ring all night?
No, it goes off. It goes off when the show goes off.
So you know you can find Willie, right?
I do.
On your YouTube.
I can find him all over.
He's on your YouTube.
Oh, he is on my YouTube?
Because that's where you get the weirdos from. They don't do this Facebook and Instagram. He's from YouTube. I guarantee. Because that's where I've had a weird. Ain't nobody called me the N-word. That's what I'm mad at. But I'm just gonna follow your lead tonight. But
guess what? Everything you ingest, you ain't got to digest.
I hear you.
You ain't got to digest it. What you do is you just keep on smiling.
I tell you what, long as Willie got your phone number.
Hey, what I tell Esteban
Willie gave us his address.
Yeah.
Willie told us to come.
Let me tell you something. Look.
He said, Willie, we're not coming to Florida to find you. You put one of your things on, one of your noises on. Wow, bullhorn just put right in the damn phone. Y'all tell me first after a while. All right, so I want to thank y'all so much for listening tonight. We before Country Boy go out, I did just kind of want to share some of my stories. Some Mondays we don't have a topic, we just kind of talk, and whatever comes, and we end up having a really good topic tonight about different jobs, how to handle it. And Country Boy always says he and I don't always disagree. We don't always disagree. We do always disagree. We don't always agree on everything, but we are friends, so we respect each other's. Now I do get a little passionate with him sometimes when I want him to take my side, but he listens and shake his head and nod his head just like he's doing now. So, but anyway, I want to thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, Miss Julie, it's the real conversation with a twist of humor. We got that humor tonight. Humor that you added to the show. Thank you so much. We really didn't have anything humorous going on, and you came in right on time. But I do still want to find out who's gonna check the checker. Y'all, just because someone is a director, y'all hire somebody as a director, that does not mean they're the end all be all. That don't mean you can trust them. You still need to be checking and watching them, and you need to listen to your employees that are under them to make sure things are on the up and up. Because at the end of the day, from what I think about is if the checkers ain't checking the checkers, wait a minute, the checkers not checking the checkers, there's a lawsuits can come from that because you don't know what they down here doing to the people that they are supervising, managing, so on and so forth. So you need to figure out a way to check the checker. Right. I still be like, well, what the hell are they evaluating them on? Because they ain't around here when they supervising me. What they being evaluated on? Paperwork? Did they get on my? Did you get on every single person's nerves at work today? Did you go and harass everybody? Is that what they mean? Did you make sure? Oh my God, Willie! You wait till I finish my ending. So anyway, y'all. So it's just something to think about. It's just something to really think about. But I do want to leave y'all with this. Tomorrow is Talk About It Tuesday, so I'm gonna post it on my page. Hopefully, I can get Donnie to post on his page. Every Talk About It. Well, Let's see. What was the question? What's the question? Okay, I don't know. I lost. Oh, name a gospel song that you can always count on to lift you up when you're feeling down. That's going to be on my page tomorrow. It'll be on the Louisiana Country Boys page tomorrow. Name a gospel song that you can always count on to uplift you when you're down, and you can only do one. Okay, Country Boy, you gonna post it on yours for me?
I'll do that. I can do that. I sure know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn it on over to Country Boy to the Louisiana, because y'all know there's more than one Country Boy. So right. The Louisiana Country Boy, and I am the little diva. Girl, Willie will not give up. He wants to call y'all the N-word again. Go ahead, Country Boy. Are you gonna talk to him again tonight?
Huh?
Are you gonna talk to him again tonight? Are you gonna talk to him?
I will definitely talk to him again tonight. I sure will.
Offline.
I'll get back on live. If Willie want to come on live, we'll come on live tonight. I ain't got nothing else to do. But go look, I was tired, but look, I feel energetic now. I feel this here's an opportunity. Hey Willie, look here. I will call you back as soon as we go off. Look, I just want to say this to each and every one. There is a call-in number, and you're more than welcome to call in. But I will say this is what we really have to do is learn about grace. This was a perfect opportunity tonight for me, for my co-host. This was something that we all will face at some point. There will be some hills that we will all have to climb. But again, it is not what people do to us. It is how we react and how we respond to it. That shows where we are, not where they are. I often talk about the simple fact that God says, I will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemy. He's telling us what we will do. Now, what he's saying, what we often miss, is that what you gonna do, how you gonna respond at that table? Are you gonna treat them the way that they treated you? Are you gonna treat them how they treated you? I'm gonna prepare a table for you in their presence. But are you gonna stick out your tongue and say, look what he did for me? Are you gonna look at them over there and say, see, I got mine, you get yours? Because when you do those certain things, that makes you know better than them. It ain't about what they do. It's about how we respond. See, our response shows our growth, our maturity, our wisdom, our strength, our patience. That's what our response does. I can't tell you every time old country boy might respond, because some things I ain't grown too far with yet, but some things I have. Like each and every one of us, we will face some things. We will face disrespect. We will face ridicules, lies. How do we respond to it? How do you handle the pressure? How did the 3 Hebrew boys handle the pressure? How do you handle it? They say, you know what? I ain't gonna bow down. You just gonna have to put us in the fiery furnace. How do you handle it? Do you allow those things to get inside you? And do you allow hatred? And do you allow those things to become you? Or do you rise above them? My God told me, just rise above it, son. I handle this. I can handle that. It ain't a fight for me. See, because for this boy, and I ain't even finna preach, for this boy right here, the fight was won at the cross. I ain't got no battles to fight. I just got some hills to climb. No battle, because the battle has already been won. I'm not going into a battle, baby. Not for anyone. I don't take those things personally that people say. What I do is understand this. Understand this. This is the last word. Understand this. This thing This ain't flesh and blood. This is a whole spiritual warfare. Whose side you gonna be on? It's bigger.
I ain't on Willie's side.
I'm just,
I hear you. I love your tone. It's great. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I'm human, and Willie to piss me off tonight.
so you allowed evil to
I'm
win.
gonna pray for him, and I'm gonna pray for me that I can grow to where I can be like you and be able to deal with somebody that might be racist, treating me and calling me names. But that is not where I'm at today.
And I'm not fighting against that. I'm
You
just
know,
saying that
I
we
just
all
thought
have
I'd
to.
add you because I know everybody was thinking it. So I thought I'd go and say it.
Hey, you know, but again, everybody wants some fame. Everybody wants to come and that's okay.
Well, you should start your own podcast. Boy, it ain't hard. Willie. Willie from Willie. You need to go start your podcast. Go get it
You know,
together.
everybody Willie, and to each and every one, you know, and I'm gonna close it with this, is that what I know is this is everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. God don't make no mistakes. He don't do nothing. Again, some things ain't about we try to it ain't about us. As I say this, if the good Lord has given you a vision, no matter who believes in you, who don't believe in you, who support you, who don't support you, who may come up against you and try to deter you from it and pull you off of what he has set forth for you, what you do is you keep pressing forward. You keep going. Because if he's giving you the vision, there's somebody out there. There's somebody out there that's waiting for that vision to come forth. So you just keep going and don't you dare quit. Don't you let people discourage you. Don't you dare. You are special. Understand something. Each and every one was made by God. Each and every one of us was handpicked to be here for a specific reason, for a purpose. And there's nobody, absolutely, positively nobody that's like you. Nobody. Nobody. So you keep going. And I tell you, I believe in you. The little diva, she believes in you. Don't you dare quit. And lastly, but not least, if you woke up this morning and you owe me out, look here, I told you 45 minutes. You and Willie done had me on here for a while.
That was you over here trying to take up for Willie.
I ain't defending nobody. Look, whose side are you on? I'm on the Lord's side.
We need to be okay with Willie talking to us crazy.
I never said you should be okay.
I'm joking. I'm really being
Hey.
But you was on the phone, Julie. Miss Julie, I saw what you said. Tell him, Trina, that he can spill all the hate he want to do as I say this. Then she said, meant to say God blessings to you, Mr. Lewis, because I don't have that kind of patience. Thank you, Miss Julie. Yeah, Miss Julie on my side for a change today.
Look,
and then Terry said something earlier today. He said, what did he say? Get hang up on that clown, please. I believe the show is on my side.
Hey, that's okay.
That's what I believe. Ain't no devil on my side. Tonight, everybody on my side. Like that. Everybody used to be like, well, that girl don't shut up. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but anyway, we're gonna let you finish saying the popping of the eyes. But first, I just want to say, and lastly, I want to say, Willie, I can't say that I love you, but I don't hate you. But I also want you to call back in about 2 hours so you can have a conversation with Country Boy because he's real good at talking to people like you. But he'll be up and he will definitely talk to you. And he does love you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Be it N word, non N word. He loves you to death. So give him a call back. He will definitely talk to you.
And I will. And I will.
And that's my 2 cents.
And I thank you. And I thank you. I thank you for closing it out tonight. And y'all are so right. You know what? And I will say this, and I'm shutting my mouth. This is me. I have been through the fire. I have been there. I've gotten an opportunity to see so much on the other side. So I don't harbor any hatred. I don't harbor anything. And I people are just people. People are people. They're gonna be good people, they're gonna be bad people. People make the choices to be whatever they can be. I figure, and I live my life to love. And I believe with all of me what it says in 1 Corinthians, that love conquers all. The greatest is love. The greatest is love. Love will cover a multitude of sins. Love conquers all. In the end, love will win. Love will win. And I will stand on that. I will stand on that. You know, I can't, wow. Let me tell you this. Co-host, my friend, from my heart, and to anybody that's listening, this is mine. I can't be mad and upset with what Willie said, and I don't know him and he's a stranger. When I've had people that I know that talk to me the same way. So how can I be frustrated and angry with him? He a stranger and he don't know me. And there are people that have eaten at my table and done me wrong. If I can forgive and love them, I dang sure can forgive and love him. And that's my worthless 2 cents. So, but all right. Didn't mean to go down. But I did. So that's all. Look here, y'all catch Old Country Boy be on tomorrow 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I will be on Kingdom Purpose Radio. I have some guests going to join me tomorrow night. So if y'all are up and about at 9 o'clock, I might be on there half sleep, but I'll be on there at 9. My co-host will be back Wednesday. She got a special guest Wednesday. Don't you got a special guest Wednesday? Where your
Oh, I do. I was trying to think. Do I? I don't know who it is right now because my brain. I don't have my calendar. And look here, you told y'all going to do my calendar, but I do have a guest. I just don't know who it is right now. Oh, it's right here. Oh my God, I have Chap. His name is Roy Chappell and his wife Peaches Chappell. They're going to be on. So this is my Black History Month of love. So I'm celebrating Black history and also love. And this is a couple. So I usually have couples all month long. I do have that this year, but I got one person that's not a couple. She may be a couple, but anyway. But this week I'm gonna have this Wednesday at 7. I'll have Mr. Chap. He is a member of the drummer for the Clockwork Band, one of the bands that I'm taking on the cruise in November. Chap also has his own band now called Chap and the Chi-Town Band, who performs at the Chicago Bar and Grill every single Thursday night. So super duper excited about that. Yeah, so that's it. But let me go ahead and throw this out there since y'all still here. We still on the line at 9:26 p.m. I have another cruise going out in November. And it's gonna be it's called the Grown and Sexy Cruise, Grown and Sexy Party on the Sea. I am very excited about this cruise. So excited about this cruise because it's a older more mature bands that are going. I have Clockwork Band who've been in business, been performing for over 30, 40 years. I forgot what they said, 20 some years. We went to the anniversary, but anyway, them years, almost 30 years, I think. And then the Hit Hard to Find, about the same. Between the two, they have about 60 years of performing and experience. Then I have Mr. Eric Cortez, and Mr. Eric Cortez is part of the legendary gospel singers and preachers of the Cortezes. And one of his brother was up for yesterday. I don't know if he won, but he was up for a Grammy yesterday as well. I can't think of the name, but look up Cortezes. But he and his sister Nisha can sing their faces off. So if you ever want some real good live music, go on Facebook, look up their names, you can find out where they're playing. But anyway, they're going on my cruise with me. The Louisiana Country Boy is going on the cruise too. So excited. He's coming. And we have Chili Bill Smith is rolling with us, is selling with us too. So we're so excited. If you're interested, it's always my Facebook page is Trina W. Lowry, and it's always there. It's only $75 just to hold your spot. All right. So I would love for y'all to come sailing with me.
Oh, it's the Grown and Sexy Party on the Sea, November 2024, with a Clockwork Band, the Hard to Find Band, Eric Cortez, the Chili Bill Smith, and of course, yours truly, Louisiana Country Boy.
I need to make my video. Let you do my video. I need to work on that. So whenever you come and hook up my stuff.
There is going to be a party on the sea in November. So look at here. If y'all ain't got nothing to do.
Grown and sexy one.
Huh? Grown and sexy party on the sea in November. So if y'all are if y'all trying to plan a trip in November, look here. There you go. Vacation in November. Come on.
Bring your families. We've done family reunions, class reunions. Come on. This is a good way where you don't have to do no planning. All you got to do is get your people together. And if you get 15 cabins, I'm going to give you half off of your cabin. So it's a great deal.
There you go. Party on the sea.
Party on the sea.
I'm going to have my fishing pole. Y'all can come hang out with me. I'm going to have my fishing pole. I'm going to catch me a big old shark. They gonna be, what you doing? I say, fishing for dinner.
Boy, my first apartment when I lived on my own after me and my husband broke up, I had a little pond in my back, behind my. You walk out my patio, there's a big pretty pond out there, right? My daddy, he had said that. Well, I'm just bring my fishing poles out here because it was fishing there. Like you see him like jumping. I said, Daddy, it's as big as these times. I'll say no fishing. He was like, I'm gonna bring my fishing pole. Mm-hmm. That would have been you.
That'd have been me.
But so y'all, we gotta go to bed because we
gotta go. So look here, don't forget, y'all check it out. Grown and Sexy Party on the Sea. Y'all check it out. Flyers are out. They'll be all over. If y'all come outside your house and you see one of them little notes things stuck on your door, I did it. If you get in your car and you see one stuck on your windshield, it was me. Don't worry about it because I'm passing out flyers everywhere. That's it, the little things. So it'll be all over. And 2024 Grown and Sexy Party on the Sea. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all be sure. Oh, and before I leave, check it out. If y'all are available after the Diva gets off on Wednesday, I will be on at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday night. I have one of my Graham fam herself, Shawnee Vet Williams, all the way from the G, will be on another one. I'm looking so forward to it. So look here. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in. Thank you so very much. And I can say this. Is that we love you. Hey, my boy Larry Scott. We love you. And we love you unconditionally. And there
even you, Willie.
And Willie, I love you unconditionally. And guess what, Willie? There ain't nothing.
Not
absolutely, positively nothing that you can do about it. Thank y'all so very much. That's right, Miss Julie. 8:05. Miss Julie, you know I got to be different. I ain't doing no 8 o'clock. Look, next time I might start doing it at 8:03. 8:05 p.m.
Good night. I think he's waiting on me to hit the buttons.
I'm waiting on her to hit the button. I love y'all. Love y'all.